Okay, Kent, here is our 3D rendering off of the dimensions that you provided. This is all to size and scale. Assuming this is our kitchen window with a 36-inch sink, that's just a standard width that I use, a 3-drawer stack. These corner units, these blind corner units, this cabinet obviously runs all the way to the corner. I keep it off the wall about a ½ inch. These corner cabinets, that's just standard what we do to give us some wiggle room on corners, because there's no such thing as a 90-degree corner or perfectly plumb wall, and that just works out good for us with a little flexibility there. So typically in the corners we have the 3-inch piece right here. If we look at it in the plan view, this piece right here, if we look over on this side, 3 inches. And that obviously gives us room when you open up a drawer to clear the hardware. So you had asked in your list if we could make this usable. You can, but you really aren't gaining a whole lot. So the hinges need to be on the left side. Let's jump back to the 3D view here. The hinges need to be on the left side. So when this opens, these hinges are the standard Blum 110-degree hinge. Has a protrusion on it. So if we put the hinges on the right side, it'll bind in the other side of this cabinet here. And they do make hinges that are 0 protrusion, but they're such massive hinges with so many pinch points on them that it would literally pretty much fill up this space here. And it's just such a skinny space in there. I mean, we can do it, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of cost, but there's cost involved, and whether or not it's worth it. So if this works, if this price works, I mean, we can chase some of this stuff down, but a lot of this detail obviously comes with the price, and we just have to weigh back and forth whether it's worth it or not. So, I mean, that's a long answer to this space here and making that usable. So backing up a little bit, in the plans it didn't look like there were upper plans or measurements for in here. I don't know if you intended that or not. I have another rendering to show you with uppers up here. Our corner units up here, obviously an upper corner clip. Again, in another rendering, I have a cabinet that's an L-shaped cabinet to go in those corners. That's what we typically do. These just aren't quite as popular. You do get full use of that corner, but these back corners in here, when you open up this door, this space in here or in here, and because these are so deep, so from the front of that cabinet to the back, we are about 25 inches, which is difficult to reach all the way back in there. So, I mean, we have done these. They're just not quite as popular as another style that I will show you. It's just awkward space here and all the way in the back. And of course, this base cabinet does make full utilization of this corner. They make blind corner unit optimizers. So this door opens up. There's a unit in here with 2 baskets on it that pulls out, and then the whole mechanism slides to the right, and then there's a second set of baskets that pulls out. Nothing in here is going to, there isn't any hardware that makes these corner cabinets 100% functional. It's just a somewhat awkward space. Lazy Susans are the typical solution. A Lazy Susan's $120. Those blind corner unit optimizers are $476. So again, it's just weighing it back and forth and what you really want. Another drawer stack here, 2 drawer stacks. There's applied panels on the ends, and this is the frameless or European or 32 millimeter system. There's applied panels or applied doors on the sides of the cabinets. Of course, crown molding, our enclosed refrigerator cabinet with our fridge legs, 37 wide. The bottom of this is 72 or 72 and a half, depending if you're going to put tile or hardwood underneath of it. Our island, you called for 23 by 56. The standard base cabinet that we do is 23 and 7/8 deep, plus the drawer front. And we put a plywood top on it. The plywood top's 3/4 of an inch thick, and then we take a piece of trim that matches whatever color to put on the edge of the rough top. And an example of the kitchens that we do is right here. Frameless or 32 millimeter system. 1/8 inch reveals on everything. This is that trim piece that goes on the edge of the plywood. Light rail, soffit, crown molding goes on top of the soffit. Obviously this is the edge of our applied panel. An island here with applied panel on the side. So just an example of, I mean, if I do this for you, this is this style of the cabinet. This is what it would look like. Obviously, if you're looking at the paint grade or hickory or alder, just a different door style, different door color. Okay. Just mirror image these corners of one another with these corner units, the corner clips. I typically do the microwave cabinet that comes out 14 inches just to give it a little bit of depth of field. Crown molding just comes out around that. And you are specific in your dimensions that you provided of, I don't remember exactly what it was, of this cabinet here, of 36, and the end cabinet at 24 and 9. And the cabinet stopped at, I think it was 12 and 5/8 from the end of the wall here. Typically I do 4 inches, which leaves room for the granite to overhang or the upper cabinet, and room for the crown molding to terminate into the wall without overhanging the wall end. And this island could be on casters. We just did a kitchen just like that. Those cabinets lock together tight, and I put some reinforcement on the bottom just to bind them all together. All of these cases are 3/4 inch thick. The back is a 1/2 inch thick that's dadoed into the wall ends or the sides and the top and bottom, and it's glued in. So here is option number 1. Number 2, I just tweaked a few things here, obviously adding the upper cabinets on this side. The dishwasher is on, okay, well let me explain why that dishwasher is on the left side now. So this is a L-shaped or Lazy Susan cabinet. These two doors are bound together. They open up as one, a special hinge that attaches these, and a Lazy Susan's in there. The Lazy Susan is, of course, circular with a pie piece cut out of it. So you open up these doors and the Lazy Susan's right there. The upper cabinets are the same. It's just an L-shaped shelf. These two doors are bound together. Now, of course, we have a square cabinet with a round Lazy Susan, so you do lose a little bit of space in there. But again, it's just 6 to 1, half dozen the other with what you would like to do. But these cabinets work best that are 36 by 36, which leaves these drawers about 12 inches. If I make this drawer extremely long, there's too much weight hanging on the hinges, and it doesn't line up over here. So that's why I put this kitchen window is not completely on center. Flip the dishwasher to the left side. I don't know if that's going to create plumbing issues. Put a drawer stack over here, and then just a larger drawer stack on this side. And again, same thing, mirror images left and right, and then everything stayed the same over here. So looking at your list to answer some of your questions, yes, European. Okay, the remodel, the soffit, that's not an issue. Rustic, not a hickory. If you want to specify if that's all heart or calico, typically hickory has the white or the sapwood in it. If you want all heart, that's doable. Obviously, the all heart is a superior product and more costly, but these are domestic species, so they're not outrageous. White finish is doable. My suspicion is if we did the all heart hickory, that wood by itself is more expensive than alder, but staining it adds to the cost. So a stained alder door is probably going to be about the same cost as a natural finish door, because there's an extra step with all the staining involved in there. You want the doors raised panel. Drawer front solid wood. When you say solid, I don't know if you want raised panel or just a slab front. And when you are talking about a slab or solid, again, getting specific, slab front, solid front could be a raised panel too. So just if you want to specify on that. Looking down the rest of the list here, the white melamine, the plywood construction, that's doable. Nova Ply, that's just, there's no labor cost, that's just extra upgrading that material. A kitchen of this size is probably 15 plus sheets of 3/4 material. The Nova Ply is about $35 more per sheet, so the 1/2-inch backs are more, of course, too. There's probably 6 to 7 1/2-inch thick backs or sheets. So about 35 times 15, and then the 6 or 7 sheets of Nova Ply 1/2-inch back, and those are probably an extra $15 to $20 per sheet. All the hardware we use is Bloom. The Metabox are the standard drawers. We can, of course, upgrade to the Tandem guides, which are full extension. Those require a different drawer box, and it's not quite as easy as just swapping out Metabox with Tandem guides. The Tandem guides are a bit more labor intensive with mounting the drawer fronts. And again, it's a 32mm system with if you wanted to look into that to educate yourself a little bit how that works, just to get your head around that. And also, if you look into that, you'll probably understand some of the difficulty with me trying to figure out how to do the drawers that go into the toe kicks, because I do a floating toe kick. The toe kick is separate from the cabinet. Toe kick goes down first, leveled, and then the cabinet cases sit on top of there. So this 32mm system works off of the 5mm holes bored into the side of the cabinet. So to carry that system into the toe kick is challenging. I'm sure it's doable. It's just figuring out how to do it, and then structurally how to